I'm sick. I'm not feeling well, but I just decided to do this live prediction, or rather upsets predictions, um, because it's something I I normally do, and I don't want to stay away from my schedules, right? Especially because I'm trying to improve the channel in every single way possible. I think you'll see a lot of the changes tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, maybe not like a lot, but there's some significant change. I think I've been speaking about it for a little bit, especially on the shorts videos. Um, yeah. So I'm going to do an upsets prediction. Um, I'm so tired, man. I'm so tired. But I'll brave through it, and just hopefully I can do every. Why is Topology doing this? Oh my god, the adverts are horrible. Anyway, let me get to the upsets predictions. I'm already working on the predictions for UFC 304, so if it was up to me, I wouldn't have actually done this live. But I'm trying to be consistent, and especially when I tell you guys that I'm going to do something, I'd like to be able to do it. Let me start. Let me stop talking too much and actually do what I'm supposed to do. First fight: Mohammed Usman versus Thomas Peterson. Mohammed Usman is a slight favorite at minus 150. Um, Thomas Peterson is a slight underdog at plus 125. My subscribers went with Mohammed Usman, and I went with Thomas Peterson. Um, I feel like, do I think an upset is possible here? Yeah, I think an upset is possible here. Last week, a couple of people were like, "Why would you choose? Why would you pick Muslim Salikhov? He's old. He's what, and he still won." You know, but at the same time, I got Tracy Cortez wrong, so let me not get too high on my horse. but but my point is, I am able to pick underdogs and actually be right about them. In this situation, I feel a little bit more confident than I did about Muslim Salihov, largely because I feel like um, the biggest issue I had with Muslim Salihov last week was because he was older. I did say in my videos that I felt like Muslim Salihov was the better fighter. The main thing that concerned me about picking him was the fact that he was a little bit older than his opponent. Not by much, but a little bit older. In this situation, the older fighter is, what do you call it, Muhammad Usman. And obviously, I know that it doesn't count as much at heavyweight, but I still feel like age to some extent counts. And I don't think people speak about Muhammad Usman like he's this destructive force. I think people are confusing Kamaru Usman with Muhammad Usman. Muhammad Usman is not that good. You know, the only thing that concerns me about picking Thomas Peterson is his cardio. But yeah, Mohammed Usman is the favorite. Do I think an upset is possible here? Yeah, for sure. I think Thomas Peterson is the better fighter here. I don't know if maybe reach might play a factor in the outcome of the fight. But if the cardio holds up, I think an upset is going to happen here. Skill for skill, I think Thomas Peterson will be able to beat Mohammed Usman. With volume, let me check. Yeah, with output defensively, like in every way possible. The only biggest concern for me is Thomas Peterson's cardio. So an upset is definitely possible here. On to the next one, Luana Carolina versus Lucy Pudilova. Wow. Luana Carolina is a plus 100 even. And Lucy Pudilova is a minus 120 near even. I mean, there's no clear favorite here. But obviously there's a slight favor for Lucy. Grabbers and I went with Luana Carolina. Do I think an upset is possible here? It seems at the beginning of the week. Oh, guys, I'm sick. I have flu, so please forgive me. Do I think what do you call him? Luana Carolina, or rather, do I think an upset is possible here? Yeah, for sure, an upset is possible here. In actual fact, I think Luana Carolina will probably win this fight. Largely because I feel like she's faced a little bit more better competition. Um, what as well. So, so definitely, I feel like an upset is definitely possible here. It's not just possible. I feel like it's actually almost guaranteed that it's going to happen. Depending on who's basically at the time of the fight. But I think Luana Carolina is probably going to be one of my what do you call it, my locks for the card. There are there are a lot of coin flips on this particular card, so it's gonna be very challenging. Oh, actually, how I perform in this on this particular card. Yeah, this whole thing is disorientating me. Luana Carolina is one of my locks. Um, hey man, how are you doing? Luana Carolina is one of my locks. My subscribers and I went with Luana Carolina. Yeah, on to the next one. Loic Radzabov. Loic Radzabov is a minus 150 slight favorite, and Trey Ogden is a plus 125 underdog. Um, do I think an upset is possible here? Let me see. Yeah, highly possible. Even though my subscribers and I went with Loic Radzabov, I think Trey Ogden might definitely beat him. Um, I always struggle with some of my predictions because there's a part of me that feels like Trey Ogden is the better fighter. But when we talk about skill for skill, but I feel like there are elements, a variety of elements that are going to influence the fight. Um, that will give the Loic the win, right? So I wouldn't say I'm confident about this pick. If you were to ask me about a percentage of confidence, I'd say it's 50-50. It could go either way, but I'm leaning slightly towards Loic Radzabov, but it's definitely a coin flip. I could see Trey Ogden winning this fight. So yeah, I'm not very confident about my pick, but my subscribers and I went with Loic Radzabov. On to the next one. Miranda Maverick versus Dione Barboza. Miranda Maverick is a minus 205 moderate favorite, and Dione Barboza is a plus 170 slight underdog. Um, do I think an upset is possible here? 100%. Um, I feel like they are very closely matched. I don't understand why Miranda Maverick is so much more favored. I know it's not a massive. I know she's not like a massive favorite, but she is nonetheless a favorite, which is surprising to me. Okay, not surprising, but I think it should be a little bit closer. For me personally, I feel like they're very closely matched. I wouldn't say that Miranda Maverick has a clear advantage in any way, shape, or form. Um, so I think this also is a coin flip, but my subscribers and I went with Miranda Maverick. An upset definitely is possible here. On to the next one. Brian Kelleher versus Cody Gibson. Brian Kelleher is a plus 190 slight underdog, and Cody Gibson is a moderate favorite at minus two. If you watch my final predictions, guys, I have flu. If you're just coming in, please please excuse me. In South Africa, it's winter, so like, yeah, I'm not feeling well, but I just decided to do this because commitment and yeah. Anyway, so for me personally, when I was doing my analysis, a part of me wanted to pick Brian Kelleher, um, especially because of Cody Gibson's last performance. Um, but after doing enough analysis and research, I realized that Cody Gibson was going to win. But there are certain picks that I questioned myself. Even when I picked Muslim Salihov last week, I wasn't I wasn't sure about that particular pick because in my heart I was like, but he's old. How is he going to win this fight? But I trusted the process, and I was right in that particular instance. In this particular situation, surprisingly, I think Cody Gibson will probably win this fight. I think this fight is a little bit more safer than the fight between what do you call him? Between Loic Razabov and Trey Ogden. I think that that fight will be a little bit closer than Brian Kelleher versus Cody Gibson. Despite the fact that although I feel like yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna be close. My bad. I think Cody Gibson is going to definitely win this one. I know he doesn't finish fights often, but I think there's a possibility he could actually find a way to finish this one. So, is an upset possible here? For me personally, I honestly don't think so. I mean, they're both old. They're not very good. So anything can happen, especially um, with regards to fighters like Cody Gibson and Brian Kelleher. But as far as oh, anyway, let me get through this. As far as this particular fight goes, I feel like Cody Gibson will definitely win this one. My subscribers and I went with Cody Gibson. Haider Emil versus Jeong Yeong Lee. Um, Haider Emil is a plus 155 slide underdog, and Lee is a minus 185 slide favorite. Um, do I think an upset is possible here? Genuinely, yeah, it is possible. My subscribers and I went with Lee. We went with I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, so I'll leave it at Lee. But I feel like the fight is so closely matched, and this is something I said when I was doing my final predictions, and even also at the beginning of the stream, that a lot of the fights on this card are going to be significantly close, and this is one of those fights. I feel like it's dead even. It's 50-50, but I feel like Lee is the better fighter to some extent. But I honestly wouldn't be shocked if Haida Emil finds a way to actually win this fight. So if the question if the question is will there be oh yeah, sorry about that. If the question is will there be an upset here, it's definitely possible. Yeah, 100% possible. My subscribers and I don't know if I'm repeating myself too many times, but my subscribers and I went with Jeon Yeong Lee. Hopefully, I'm not butchering this name. On to the next plus 135 slight underdog, and Bill Algeo is a minus 160 slight favorite. Um, do I think an upset is possible here? I mean, Bill Algeo is like 35. Is he the favorite? Oh, okay. That's interesting. I thought Duho Choi would probably maybe be the favorite, but I see why Bill Algeo is the better fighter, or rather the favorite in this situation. also personally feel like he is going to be the better fighter. I think he will have the reach advantage. I haven't checked the height, but I think he'll have the reach advantage. Um, in all honesty, I think Bill Algier is going to be one of my locks. I think Bill Algier will probably definitely win this one. Um, Let me see if between him and Cody Gibson, who do I favor a little bit more? Uh, yeah, for me, him, Bill Algier and Cody Gibson for me have the same level of probability of. The only issue is I feel like Cody, what do you call him? Bill Algier is a little bit better as a fighter than Cody Gibson, but nonetheless, I think both of them have the same level of probability of winning, so they will most likely win. I'd say 70%, 70 to 80% possibility they win their respective fight. So Bill Algier, I think, because he's unreliable, he's not a full-time fighter, so that concerns me. That's one of the main reasons why I'm not making him my lock. But yeah, I think Bill Algier will definitely win this one. So I don't know if an upset is possible here. Um, Crazier things have happened, so maybe it is. You never know. My subscribers and I went with Bill Algier. On to the next one. Cody Durden versus Bruno Silva. Cody Durden is a minus 120 near even, and Bruno Silva is a plus 100 near even. Um, this is another coin flip, and I actually did say this when I was doing my final predictions. I feel might be the better fighter in this particular situation, this, despite the fact that I picked Bruno Silva. My subscribers also went with Bruno Silva, but I feel like there are so many elements that are in favor of Cody Durden. But irrespective of that, there are things that I've seen in Bruno Silva that make me feel like he's going to have the ability to win this fight. Um, I could be wrong. As far as an upset, I think it's possible. I feel like this fight is a coin flip. It's 50-50. There are many of those on this particular card, but yeah, this is one of them. So an upset definitely is possible here. Sorry, man, guys. Oh, flu is a nightmare. Anyway, on to the next one. Kurt Hurlebaugh versus. I don't know if I told you guys. My subscribers and I went with Bruno Silva. Definitely an upset is possible here. Kurt Hurlebaugh versus Kenan Kruchevsky. Kurt Hurlebaugh is a plus 130 slight underdog, and Kenan Kruchevsky is a minus 155 slight favorite. Why the odds are so close? I mean, Kenan is a little bit unreliable. On the other hand, Kurt Hurlebaugh is very old. Yeah, man. I think this is a coin flip. I think I'd only give the advantage to Kenan Kruchevsky largely because of his youth. Obviously, there's skill, but I think skill for skill, I think they are equally matched. So the fight could go either way. So an upset definitely is possible here. So I would stay away from this one. Along with every single fight that I've said as as a coin flip, because those fights are going to be very risky. But I'll basically recap before I finish this stream. I enjoy talking to you guys, but this flu is just killing me, and I'm just doing this because I stay consistent. So yeah. But yeah, this is a coin flip. My subscribers and I went with Kenan Kruchevsky. I feel like he has the ability. He will have the ability, however little, of finding a win in this particular fight. But I mean, Kurt Hurlebaugh could actually definitely win this fight. On to the next one. Um, Steve Garcia versus Seungwoo Choi. Steve Garcia is a minus 145. Is a minus 145 slight favorite, and Seungwoo Choi is a plus 120 near even. I don't understand how Cody Gibson is a minus 200 favorite and Steve Garcia is a minus 145 slight favorite. Crazy things. Anyway, Steve Garcia is one of my locks. I think it's Steve Garcia. I think he's definitely better almost everywhere. So sorry about that. So definitely he's my lock um, on this entire card. My subscribers and I went with Steve Garcia. I honestly don't think an upset is possible here. I could be wrong on the entire card. So Steve Garcia will definitely win this one. On to the next one. Um, Brad Tavares versus June is a plus 155 underdog. And Jun Young Park is a minus 185 favorite. Um, do I think an upset is possible? My subscribers and I went with Jun Young Park. Um, Flip, man. Yeah, an upset is possible. Not highly, but it is possible. I feel like each person is okay. Let me give a little bit more detail as to why I'm saying this. Um, I feel like in terms of volume and striking, um, Park lands a little bit more and is a bit more accurate, and then Tavares is a little bit better defensively. It's not easy to hit him. Sorry. So Tavares is a little bit better defensively on the feet, right? Tavares is a little bit better defensively. It's not easy to hit him. And then on the ground, I feel like I'll give the advantage to Junior Park. So even though I feel like the fight is a coin flip, I feel like on the feet they will be a little bit equally matched, slightly evenly matched. Um, with the advantage going to Brad Tavares because he has the power on the feet. I think he also has the defense. Um, while the offense, I would give it to Junior Park. I think he knows how to land a punch and he throws a little bit more. On the ground, obviously, the advantage will go to Junior Park, but the problem is Brad Tavares is not very easy to take down. Um, so, yeah, that's basically why it's a coin flip. But nonetheless, I still feel like Junior Park will actually win this one, largely because he has a variety of ways to actually win. But an upset is possible, but I don't feel like it's high. There is a slight possibility for an upset here, but the probability of it happening is not high. Yeah, my subscribers and I went with Junior Park. The main event of the evening, Amanda Lemos versus Virna Jandiroba. How is this our main event, guys? Like, the things we do. I, anyway, Amanda Lemos is a plus 110 near even, and Virna Jandiroba is a minus 135 slight favorite. Um, she was a higher favorite, man. During the week, at the beginning, when I was releasing my predictions, Verna was very high as a favorite. I think I gave a bit more detail as to why I picked Amanda Lemos. My subscribers and I went with Amanda Lemos. But I also feel like an upset is also possible here as well. Because here's the thing on the feed, sorry. On the feed, I feel like Amanda Lemos is significantly better. That's why Zhang Wei Li decided to grapple her. You know, if Zhang Wei Li, as good as she is, felt like the best way to actually win the fight was to actually grapple, she is on the feet. right? However, the problem is she was dominated on the ground. I made this argument when I was doing my final predictions by saying that I don't think Virna Jandiroba is as good as Zhang Wei Li in terms of grappling, right? So based on that argument, it's hard for me to actually see Virna Jandiroba dominating Amanda Lemos. She could potentially manage to take her down, but I don't think the fight will stay there for a very long time. And obviously, the wrestling might be effective in the early rounds because she will be stronger. She will be dry. But I think after maybe 2 rounds of failing to actually execute what she, if, and I know a lot of people say that, well, Verna is a Verna throws a lot of, what do you call it, submission attempts, right? Which is a fair argument. But I feel like if Zhang Weili couldn't finish Amanda Lemos on the ground, I don't feel like Verna will be able to do it. Mackenzie Dern also failed horribly. Um, so I don't know, man. I feel like Amanda Lemos will be able to keep the fight standing. She might get taken down maybe in the early rounds, maybe round one and potentially round two. But from round three, I think it's going to be very difficult to actually take Amanda Lemos down. And I think that's where she's going to dominate. And Amanda Lemos was still very strong in the later rounds against Zhang Wei Li. So that tells me she has the ability to finish a fight even late in a fight. So although it's a coin flip, I'm leaning more towards Amanda Lemos. She has the better experience. She's faced far more experienced fighters than Virna Jandiroba. I feel like one of the biggest reasons why her performance against Zhang Wei Li was like that was because Zhang Wei Li is like trying to prepare for Islam Makhachev. Like, you don't know what to expect from her. You know, he might grapple you, he might strike with you. So you have to go in there prepared everywhere. In this particular situation, Amanda Lemos only has to focus on a takedown defense and basically getting up. I mean, and if she can't do that, I mean, she deserves to lose. Because I can understand why she couldn't prepare for everything against Zhang Wei Li, because Zhang Wei Li can knock you out or submit you, right? That's an understandable loss. The person is very well rounded. But if you're facing a specialist like Virna Jandiroba and you're not focusing on your defensive grappling and your takedown defense, I mean, like, what are you doing in the main event? Like, why were you fighting for a title to begin with? So, I think Amanda Lemos will be a little bit better and will be able to either survive long enough to actually turn the fight around or to actually stuff the takedowns and knock her out on the feet. So let me just recap my picks and just tell you the fights that I feel like you should stay away from. Muhammad Usman versus Thomas Peterson, stay away from this one. Even though I feel like Thomas Peterson is better, his cardio is very suspect. Best thing to do is to stay away from it. Luana Carolina versus Lucy Pudilova. I so I think this is a little bit safer. Um, so I think this is a little bit. Even though my subscribers have picked Loic Radzhabov to win, that's Barbosa. Even though my subscribers and I went with Miran Brian Kelleher versus Cody Gibson. My subscribers and I went with Cody Gibson because I feel pretty confident about what do you call him? Cody Gibson actually winning this fight. However, he's older. He hasn't looked good in his previous performances, but I feel like in this fight he might actually find a way to get a knockout. So this is up to you, but I think I feel a little bit confident about. This is one of the few fights that I feel confidently about. So I feel like Cody Gibson is going to win this fight. So it's up to you. You can decide whether you want to take the risk or not. Jung Yong Lee versus Haida Mill. Stay away from this one. My subscribers and I went with Jung Yong Lee, but it's going to be a close fight, so stay away from this one. Duho Choi versus Bill Algeo. I feel pretty confidently, not very confident, but I feel pretty confidently that Bill Algeo will probably win this fight. So it's up to you if you want to take this risk or not, but I feel like Bill Algeo will probably win this one. My subscribers and I picked Bill Algeo. Cody Durden versus Bruno Silva. My subscribers and I went with Bruno Silva. Stay away from this one. It's too close. Kurt Hurlebog versus Kanan Kruchowski. Why am I so dark? I need to buy a better phone to stream. Like YouTube needs to start paying me. Anyway, Kurt Hurlebog versus Kanan Kruchowski. Stay away from this one. A coin flip, definitely. Um, Steve Garcia versus Sang Choi. I feel very confident about Steve Garcia winning this one. So it's up to you if you want to take the risk, but I feel very confident. I would go as far as saying this is my lock for the card. So it's up to you if you want to take the risk or not. But yeah, I feel pretty confidently about this. My subscribers and I picked Steve Garcia. Brad Tavares versus Junior Park. Uh, it's a coin flip for me. Um, Junior Park might win, but it's a coin flip. So best to stay away from this one. Amanda Lemos versus Virna Jandiroba. Stay away from this one. So those are my upsets predictions. I'm working on improving a variety of things on the channel, but obviously the one, the type of content that's going to be improved more than anything is going to be the shorts. Obviously, because that's where the biggest source. Um, I started like that's where like my audience is, my subscribers and everything like that. So I'm doing something new tomorrow. I'm excited about it. I can't wait for you to see it. I wish I could post it today, but I have to I have to schedule everything and make sure that they come out at a specific time. So I have flu. If you're seeing this and you see me like I'm doing this for you guys, like even though I'm sick. I love and appreciate all of you. I hope what I was doing was helpful. Um, if you're not subscribed, subscribe and go to the shorts tomorrow. Make sure that the predictions for UFC 304 are coming out tomorrow on the shorts section. And there will be something. Um, Basically, I will be telling that there will be information as to whether I feel like even the subscribers. I'm going to be posting risk levels of each particular fight um, with every prediction. So I feel like that's one of the things that this was inspired by one of my subscribers, or rather a couple of my subscribers, who were saying that they didn't know which fights were risky or not, and it's a long story, but just keep an eye out for the UFC 304 predictions tomorrow on the shorts section. I think you guys will like them. This particular fight night. Until then, I love and appreciate all of you. Deuces.